Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to be putting a set of tail lights from Raxiom. Actually, that's the brand, but they are from American Muscle. They send them to me for almost no cost. So I'm going to give them a try. I already put one in, but I will show how everything goes together if you don't know how or haven't done one of these before. But let me show you what we got. Are the smoked profile for the 15 and up Mustang. Up top here is the only thing you're going to need to pop off this part off of the old light, and it just pops on and pops off, so no big deal. Comes with its own wiring harness that's going to plug into the trunk, but it's fairly easy to change. I already did the hard one first. Here is the passenger side installed, and I do have the sub in the back that you have to remove, it's not that hard, but there's a cover that covers a couple bolts at the bottom. But anyway, there's 3 bolts, or studs I should say. That stud there, and these 2 studs, and that's all there is to pulling the light out. And this is the piece I'm talking about right there. This side is going to be easier because all we have to do on this side is pull the carpet back and get to the stud. So with the carpet back, there is the stud right there. So it's kind of hard to leave the camera here, but it's a 10 mil. So that one and these 2 right here. Those 3 studs removed, you're basically just going to pull it out. And you have a grommet right here. Right here, you just pull this off. And then there is a plug. You can unplug it from the taillight itself, but there is a plug inside that I'm going to undo. As you saw, it wasn't that hard to reach because the new light has this plug on it, and it goes. You can remove the harness from here, but on the other one you cannot. So this is the piece you need to take off. If you can't pull it off, so you don't break it, I'm going to get it to tool. So there's some tabs right under here. One right here. One right here. That's all there is to it, and this just snaps easily on the new one. So here is the new light, and you're just going to take, there's a flat tab in the center and 2 locks on the ends. Just snap it back in, and then feed your cable back inside. Get the grommet to snap in. And then just push it back into place. And then you're going to reach inside, plug that plug back in, and put your 3 studs on. Alright, so when you're putting the new one in, the rubber grommet it comes with, on this I don't think it will move, but on the other one it's through the center of the grommet, so I needed a little bit more for this end to reach the plug and lock in properly. So while this was, mounted the car from the inside, I just gave it a pull, probably 2 inches or so, maybe a little more, just to give me just a little more. I was able to plug it in, but it didn't snap in because it was a little tight. So just have to pull it just a little bit, just for a little slack. But other than that, it's pretty easy. All right. So as far as this speaker, so we're gonna put this back They have those cool magnets that suck this back in where it's supposed to go. There's two brackets on the bottom of this speaker that bolt to right here. There's two mounting spots there. There's actually three total. They apparently didn't want this going nowhere. So you got your two 13s here. These are hidden underneath a plastic cover, so you kind of can't see them. Then there's this larger Torx bit that goes in this upper corner here. And then also, when you're done, on the bottom, this covers those up. So, like when you're going to take it off, you can't see those bolts that are here, because there's three Torx that hold it there. So that's all there is to taking the speaker out, and you can leave it plugged in, obviously. So this Torx here and those two 13s, put the cover on, and then put this plastic piece back. All right, so the last thing is to put this back. You got a couple holes that line up, like these little hooks. There's little hooks right here and right there, and there's holes inside there. You just get them in those holes. And that's it. And then I'm missing one from when I bought the car, but then there's 4 of these that twist onto the studs that help lock it on there. So everything's locked down, put back in place, and we're good to go. I'm going to slow close and make sure that we're clear of everything. Everything's good. And that's that. Alright, so I actually kind of like them. I wasn't sure what I was going to think, but I kind of like the flush look. And that's what it looks like lit up. I think I could handle that. It's not really nighttime, but I shut the lights off in the barn the best I could do here. All right, so let's see what it looks like with the turn signals. It's supposed to be sequential, just like stock. Everything's working as it should, so good to go. So I know purists might not have these as their favorite, but I really like them. There's one thing I will say on this camera lens here. Did you see that gray right here? It kind of looks like a light gray, but it is not. I don't know why. I can hold this camera out and look at it with my eyes up and down. It's a light gray on the camera, and it is dark on the car. So it's not as pronounced. It does look like a smoked gray color, but on the camera, for some reason, it's picking up a lighter tint. So it's not that light. So just get that out of the way. So it's very hard to really show what these are going to look like with this camera. I don't know why it's coming out like that. So I think it gives it kind of a modern style look with the flushness, and it's kind of clean looking. So For now, I'm gonna leave it. Worst case scenario, if I don't like them, I'm not gonna do nothing with the stock ones. I put those back on. So, and it's less than 30 minutes. You switch these back, especially after doing it once. This was the first time I ever did it, and I think I did it in about 30 minutes, and that was fooling with this camera and everything else. So there's that. But I think, especially for the money, since I practically paid nothing for these, thanks American Muscle for that, but why not try them out? So I dig it. That's about all I can say. The fit and finish is good. Durability wise, I would say they feel a little bit less durable than maybe the stock ones as far as the feel of it. Maybe they are just as strong, I don't know, but they feel lighter, if that makes any sense. But I mean, other than that though, everything fits perfectly fine. So the only issue I had was this one corner on this panel, but it's the panel, not the light. So I pulled that panel off over the winter, and I don't think it's stuck on all the way on that corner. So other than that, that's it. So I got a couple more things to do with this. I'm gonna put transmission pan on it with cooling fins, same capacity because I don't want to lose ground clearance. The transmission bypass for the temperature, and a trans cooler, and that's all because of the Circle D. I'm not really noticing super high transmission temperatures or anything like that, but I just want to avoid it. If we get into a competition thing where I gotta keep running over and over, I want to try to keep the transmission temps down. So from me driving it so far, I haven't noticed an issue, but that's just in case. And a couple other little odds and ends. Might be trying some MS-109, going with some more boost, because without a fuel system, and see what we can get out of it. But until next time, we'll catch you on the next one.